Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Dead Rising 4, the Steam version, on the AMD Radeon RX 480, 8GB. For FPS monitoring, I'll be using CAM. If you want to learn how to use it, click on the top right corner of the video where the CAM logo is, or check the description below if you want to learn more. So Dead Rising 4, the Steam version, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p, 1440p and 4K. To skip the end of those sections of the video, check the description below. Also at the end of the video, I'll be comparing the RX 480 with the G44560 1060, 6GB, both overclocked as much as I could, plus an i7-4790, so the CPU isn't the bottleneck. But you'll see that in this video I'm using the Pentium G4560. Well, that's because I was able to hit 60s with the Pentium just fine, but I had some stutters every now and then on old cards, especially the AMD cards. The AMD cards for some reason use small CPU. It seems to be due to the classic DirectX 11 thing that AMD has with CPU intensive games. I noticed more stutters with the AMD cards and the Pentium, but when I used the i7, the AMD cards had no stutter whatsoever. So things to keep in mind. I suggest capping the game at 60 frames per second to avoid most of the stutters, so the CPU has less of a stress over it. The stutters happen mostly due to the frame rate. Outside of the part that I'm testing, when there are a lot of zombies on screen, many transparencies, all that kind of stuff, that is a very GPU intensive part, and CPU too. But once you get outside of those areas, I don't know, just traveling through the map or in corridors, stuff like that, the frame rate can go up to 120. That causes the CPU usage to spike. So I suggest capping the game at 60 so that doesn't happen and the game is more stable. But so far I'm impressed with the overclock capabilities of this GPU. I managed to get it to 1450 MHz on the core clock, and on the memory 2100 MHz, but the temperatures were much higher than without overclock, so I'll talk about that in my review coming next week, comparing it with the 1060, but both the 1060 and the RX 480 were overclocked to its max. So I hope it's a good reference. If not, I'll start testing them just using stock frequencies. We'll see, but now I'm going to talk to you about some of the technical things that I saw. So some things that you should keep in mind when there are huge amounts of zombies on screen and you're killing them with a special weapon, I don't know, has fire or electrical damage, something of that sort. The frame rate dips will be huge in comparison to the rest of the game. That's why I tested that part of the game in a place where there are many zombies and killing them with a sword that inflicts fire damage. So you can see that there the frame rate drops a lot, but outside those areas, in small corridors, all that kind of stuff, not too many zombies on screen, the frame rate is different. I'm just showing you the worst case scenario I could make. So keep that in mind. And about the options menu, the level of detail, the LOD option, didn't change the game performance that much, so I suggest keeping that on high if you have a GTX 1050 Ti or lower. Then for anti-aliasing we have FXAA and TAA. Then zombie quality, shadow quality and shadow resolution. I suggest lowering zombie quality and shadow quality first, and then crank up shadow resolution a little bit so you have better visuals in case you're having performance issues. Then for the texture quality we have from low to high. You can play with that just fine. On 1440p it uses more than 2 gigs though, so keep that in mind. Then other things that you should turn off if you're having problems with the frame rate are volumetric lighting, screen space reflections. This one is a huge hit to the frame rate. I didn't see much of a difference in performance with translucency lighting. Then mirror quality and ambient occlusion, you can lower them. Those also are a big boost in the frame rate. Then dynamic load scaling seems to be, I don't know if a dynamic resolution or just dynamic settings in some of them. I didn't really notice much of a difference with it on or off. You can target 30 or 60 frames per second with it, but I didn't see any benefits by having it on or off. So I suggest you try it out yourself and tell me the results in the comments. But so far I didn't see a difference myself. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Well, that figures. Back off!